Today is the story of female Zahidi date palms. You got to get 6 of them. Actually, 4 of them installed on a job. We're going to keep 2 here at the nursery, put them over there for storage, and then bring them down to the job once they've done some more construction. So we got to get 4 of these trees down to the job, and a bunch of beautiful coconut queens that we have. And so it's going to be a rodeo. I've got the Gary Gragg created custom crane truck, 4-wheel drive, short wheelbase, turns on a dime, and it's the only vehicle that I know of in the Bay Area that could possibly get these big heavy trees in place. So anyway, that's the challenge of the day. It's about 7 a.m. and hopefully we won't be spending the night at the job site, but if we are, we've got plenty of food. And inside this bundle here are a whole bunch of sleeping bags, and we've got a cold front. It's super cold right now. Hey, Ricardo, are you looking forward to spending a cozy night with me?
Yeah, it's gonna be too cozy.
All right, here we go. Hopefully that won't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to spend the night with me? And if you do, I won't get too cozy.
Yeah. You gotta take me out to dinner first.
Right here is tree number 1. Get way up in the air. Woo, it's a heavy plant. Yeah, baby. Not sure how much crane footage I'll show you. Might as well just show you the setup, show you the finished shot, make it a simple video, right? Anyway, oh, look at that. Woo! So beautiful. All right, we're pretty much taking over the whole neighborhood today. Lucky for us. There's a bunch of dudes working up there, and we're gonna blame it all on them. The fact that the street is closed. Only for maybe, I'm gonna guess 20 minutes before we get this truck out of here. Gotta get these trees, throw them over there, stack them up over there, get the truck out of here. Then we're gonna drive this truck through this backyard, unload these coconut queens off to the side, pick up these big date palms, drive them around the back, and put them in by what's going to be an epic swimming pool. And that's pretty much the chore of the day. Here we go. Get it done. Look at the pretty palm tree. That's a Zahidi date palm. It has more silver foliage. Super beautiful. It's going to contrast really nicely with this dark green of the coconut queens. And there's the famous diamond cut right there. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Let's let it spin around again. Get itself in the light. And there it is. Look at the shadow pattern. That's the diamond cut right there. Those are individual fronds that came out. Chainsawed each one of them, nice and clean. Make little steps, and they look great when they're lit at night. All right, that's all you're gonna see until I get back to the pool. I gotta get the work done. I keep filming everything. Come on. And look at the beautiful hybrid queen palms called the Tigris Montgomeryana, named after, I think, Montgomery Botanical Garden in Florida, where they first sort of started making this hybrid, I guess. Anyway, it's gorgeous. You need one, call me up. Just like that, where there were palms on a truck deck, there are not. Now they're all on the other side of that fence. Step number 1 complete. So now the trick is to get this big crane truck. Big crane truck. Big, beautiful crane truck. One of my neighbors doesn't like my crane trucks. I don't know why. He says it's ugly. I'm like, no, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's my beautiful baby. Anyway, the trick now is to get this crane truck. Got to back it right by this corner here into that slot all the way back. Push those bushes back with the crane truck's buttocks. Then straighten it out. Go through here. The only thing is that crane truck is 28 feet long. And I just pasted this. And it's 30 feet. That's when it's square. So this is going to be a challenge Yeah, but first I got to tell everybody how difficult this job is. Trying to get this giant truck down the slot here. Karen, do you think it's going to work?
I have every confidence you're making.
Do you think you hired the right guy or the wrong guy?
You're the only guy.
The only guy.
I'll say that.
Yeah, no choice. All right, this is Karen. She was brave enough to hire me. We're taking all these trees all the way around this corner, hopefully. That's only if we can get the truck in, right?
You can do it.
I'm not sure we're gonna do after that. And then we're gonna put them back there. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, here we go. Hey, Ricardo, what's your name?
Mike.
Mike, is it a good time for a video segment?
Oh yeah, definitely.
This is Mike's house. He lives here.
Wild.
Yeah.
So how much space we got to work with?
Man, nothing.
Oh, geez. That's not a lot.
No,
You must have a bunch of space in the back, though.
not really.
Wait,
Kind of pushing into the bush.
are you kidding me? Oh, it's just too bad we didn't have a professional camera person here with us today. Less than positive space. So, yeah, I've been wiggling and jiggling my way in here. What do you think?
I think we're gonna be able to do it.
What's the motto?
They said it was impossible, but we went and did it anyways.
They said it couldn't be done, so we
no.
went and did it anyways. All right, I think we're going to get through here. You can see I probably have been through a war like this before. Might be a really fun moment of reflection. See what we're doing. You got to make sure to put the crane on this side so the truck doesn't flip over when you're on a side slope like this. So I was pretty precise. I'd say I was pretty precise coming through here. Yeah, pretty precise. Let's take a look at the other side. Should call those guys. All right. What do you think so far?
My mouth is just.
Isn't it funny how I never came out here with a tape measure? I'm like, yeah, I should be able to do it.
I'm amazed at how maneuverable that is.
Isn't that amazing? This big giant monster. I made this truck specifically for jobs like this. Look at this. Yeah, so we're not going to hurt a single orange here today. Just enough room to get around this corner. Got to make sure you don't hit the roof. Lots of things to consider. So let's keep playing our game. Let's get a long view, see what it looks like. I'd just like to have that in your front yard. That's prettier than the palm trees. All right, here we go. Look, got the palms over here, just out of the way. Got the big palms over there. No problem. No problem.
I'm asking for a couple of relief.
You think it's a good moment to film some more? You think the people are going to believe what we're doing right now?
Nah,
They're not going to believe it?
We're not even working.
All right, let's show them what we're doing here. It's probably a good time for me to get out. I always set the brake. There you go. Well, I already set it. Yeah. Good. So if you need a lemon, you just drive into someone's yard and just take it. Right there. All right. That's actually a terrible rootstock lemon. This is what happens, people. Let me show you. Here's a good Meyer lemon. Right here. Right there. That's the good one. The bad ones are the ones that sprout below the graft. There's the graft right there. You can see the line, and then that's the rootstock. So everything sprouting from the rootstock is a junky plant. So you gotta watch that. Gotta watch it. All right. That's not what we're here for today. We're here to see how far we could drive palms into someone's yard. Oh, plenty of space. That's the blind side. Yeah, I think we could get through here without tipping over.
I think we can.
If we do tip over, we'll tip over onto the house.
It'll stop us.
It'll stop us, but it might damage the house a little bit. I think we just got it's a little bit low right here.
Right here is where it's low.
There's the piscina. Yeah. Think I'll get invited back for a party. They always say they will, and then they never call me. I'm like,
As soon as you put
What
them
is
in,
it?
it's
it's like Scary Harry Gary doesn't get on the invite list. Why is that?
I don't know, man.
You think they don't want to like plug their filter up with a whole bunch of Scary Harry Gary hair?
Probably.
That's what it is. Pool guys say, no, don't let that guy come, man.
He has
I'm gonna
priors.
charge you
He
more
has
to clean the
priors.
pool after he swims in it. Yeah, that's what it is. All right, so there it is. It is leaning a little. It is leaning a little, but I think we're I think this is actually the easier part. The harder part was getting in the first one. So anyway, we'll see what we can do. We'll stop the action, get the camera out at key moments. But you can send me a cameraman or camera girl or camera person or even camera kid or camera robot, anybody. We don't discriminate. Send me a camera operator. I cover them all. Got to cover them all. And then you can see the action as it happens. Not in between. All right, I can barely get in here. This is the thorny thing. There's our destination down there. Hey, Scary! Scary, not so hairy Ricardo, film me. There, reach it? Yeah. Oh man, got it? Ah, there's a free lemon there. Might be another good moment to take a look around. All right, you think that hole's gonna hold up if my wheel goes by it like that?
Probably not. Yeah, you think so?
I think so. Let me see. I don't know. Let's take a poll. Maybe make some comments. Yeah, I think it's okay. What's the worst that can happen? It's not like it's a brand new fence. No, I think I'm good. I think again, look at my wheel. See, how close did I get to the new fence? How close did I get to the old fence? Look at that. There it is. Yeah. I'm gonna straighten the fence out if I hit it because the fence needs to get pushed that way. Let's check over here. There's a roof to contend with. Oh, look at all. It's like the size of Texas. So all the space. Look at all the space. No problem. All right, good. That's the blind side. You always want to leave extra space on the blind side because you can't see it. Okay, Ricardo, I think you've done your job. You did a good filming job, even though you fell in the hole.
You saw that?
I saw that. It's too bad if we had two cameramen, it would be really good TV.
I filmed it. I was like, I fell in this hole.
It's like, where'd he go? Where'd he go? All right, here we go. Here's the situation right here. We got this thing over here. We had to come by this with the wheel. We have to get over as far as we can this way. I was thinking there was gonna be nothing out here, but they left a bunch of junk because I have to get my front end over as far as possible because the back end will track tighter and it will fall in that hole where one palm belongs. And so you can see how close I got to it with the front wheel. Got a little bit of protection here. You never know it's going to collapse or not. Probably won't, but you never know. And so it looks like this wheel, I think, is lined up enough to go right by the edge of the hole. And I think we'll be okay. First palm goes over there. Second palm there. We got to get underneath this oak tree, which is a whole nother obstacle. So, it gets complicated. So anyway, but we get it done one way or the other. We may be sleeping in that shack tonight. We brought sleeping bags, believe it or not. Okay, that's the before shot. Remember that. Maybe we'll play at the end after the palms are in. You may need to stand back more. There, take two. That's the before shot. Remember, Ricardo, you can't make a single nick or lose a single leaf off any of these oak limbs.
Got it.
You got it?
Got it.
Otherwise, they're not paying us a dime. Not even a nickel. Look at this.
Be extra careful.
I know. Look what we have to deal with. Yeah. Limbs hanging down everywhere. How are you going to get your crane up in the air to get these trees out? You got to go all the way up. All the way up to the front. Way up here. Just to get an opening that might give you a possibility of getting the boom up and the tree out of here. So we'll see. Look at how precise this is. I'm just going to give it a slight shave. Slight shave. Ooh. Everything just barely works here. slight shave. Ooh. Just a little shave. Just the tiniest of little shave marks, little scruff. And now we are gonna put this thing on the ground. For storage. Woo. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. Next one. Tree number 2. Just a little rubby rub. Just a rub. That's all. Just a little rubby rub. How's that for precision engineering? Yeah. Oh, we made it into open water. Tricky bomb. Tricky. It's tricky. Whoa. That was tricky too. Whoa. Woo. Oh, pool party! Hey, Ricardo.
Yeah.
Pool party!
Pool party! We're invited.
Let's see. Pretty dusty, bad lighting. Can we get better lighting here? Whoa, nice. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it turns out that our clients thought that like it was cruel and unusual punishment for what I thought was going to be kind of fun. Spending the night in the partially built pool house. So they elected to get us a hotel room and let us borrow their car right down the road. And I'm like, where's the adventure in that? You know, like free breakfast tomorrow and warm showers. And like, you know, come on. You don't want to get soft, you know? You got to remain tough. That's not even tough, living in the pool house. Living like in the back of the truck. That's what I thought. At first we were going to sleep, clean it out, just have a little, sleep over in the back of the truck. And then I looked over at the pool house. I'm like, hey, can I party? I didn't say, can I party? That was a Freudian slip. Can I sleep in your, we were going to party. We were going to order. I had the bright idea of sleeping out in the pool house. There's a little table and chairs out there. And then I was going to order a giant pizza with everything on it and a 12-pack of beer. And I was really excited to do that. But now we're going to go to some restaurant, I guess, like a regular restaurant for regular people. And we'll be the dirtiest people there. But no sleeping in the back of the truck tonight. No sleeping in the partially built pool house. We're going to be living like kings. Do you snore?
A little bit.
Yeah?
I think so.
I snore a lot.
Mike says that I was snoring the other day, but he says that he thinks I was really tired.
I'm going to go buy a squirt gun.
Oh.
If you start snoring, dude, I'm going to look, where is he? There he is.
You're like,
Yeah. All right. And the next day, the trees are still standing, if you can believe it. Yeah, they don't fall over. Super stable. Let's put the sand on them. Gonna pack it in. Water them in real good. Straighten them one more time. And then we're done with that. I gotta get this truck out of here right now. Here they are. A little bit of paradise. A little bit of paradise. Should have took it before and after where these hybrid queens went. Their whole purpose in life is to take your eye off of this giant home next door, and they'll fill out even more. And your eye will stop on those and not be looking at what might or might not be going on in the windows beyond. But maybe you do want to watch that. I don't know. You know, it depends what's there, I guess. But anyway, so here we are. We're all finished up. Here's our formal planting around the pool. New pool house back there. It's going to be a staircase going down here, and we're going to have 2 more date palms on either side. They need to do a bunch of work before we get to it, so that'll be phase 2. I think we'll end this video now. It's long enough. Come back and maybe do another one later, you know, when I can do it my classic belly flop. There's just not enough water to probably do it. There's 6 inches, but guys jump off, you know, 40-foot towers into, you know, a foot of water belly flopping, but I prefer there be more personally. So that's pretty much the end of the video. And I was sitting here thinking about it, and I was thinking, you know, like, how do you protect your money against the degradation of the value of the dollar because of the current Biden economic system? What else should we be calling it? Is there a better description so people know what we're talking about and the time frame that we know we're talking about? You know, where they just like give everybody lots of money to not work, and then they wonder why there's inflation. Huh. Yeah. Anyway, not to get political, but you know I always do. Yeah, I believe in old-fashioned work ethic and getting, you know, going out and doing stuff like this, getting paid for it, creating value in the world, making the world a better place every time you go out in it every day. You come home with a little bag of money, then you feel like you really earned it. And if everybody did that and didn't just expect handouts, maybe the dollars that we make would actually hold their value. But because they don't, and they especially don't now, I think a really wise thing to do is to put them into projects like this, because, you know, you'll get to enjoy it for all the years you're here. And then when you finally sell your house, you get all this money back. So it's kind of like, not only is it inflation protected, but it's just a hard asset that's always there. As long as you do, you know, intelligent design, don't do anything stupid. You can hire me and I can help you for that. You don't want to do anything stupid. But this is a really nice design. This is a beautiful pool house, and it's going to really add to the flavor of this property. There's a lot of dollars being put in, but I think all the dollars will be returned when these people are ready to recycle this property back into the... Now, if it's stupid design, then, you know, that argument doesn't apply. But yeah, so if you want to protect your dollars, you know, build something nice for yourself. You go buy a ski boat, I don't think that's a really good investment, but I think your landscape is. And it's probably better than keeping money in the bank now. You know how that works. But yeah, if once you buy a palm tree or build a pool, the government can't really come along and be like, hey, I'm going to cut the value of that in half because I want to, you know, basically refinance my debt, and it's cheaper to do that when inflation occurs. The U.S. government doesn't really owe as much as it used to the day before. So it's a pretty insidious thing. And the rest of us to actually hold the dollars are the victims of it. So don't hold dollars. It's not a good time to hold dollars. It's a good time to hold palm trees. So think about that. Come on down to Golden Gate Palms and we will set you up and we will inflation protect your money. So can you envision yourself laying under those palms, Karen?
They're so beautiful.
Yeah?
I just love them. Well, I can imagine, like, when this gets cut down and everything gets finished.
What was your favorite part of the job?
Probably watching you come in the gate.
Yeah. Wasn't that fun?
That was pretty amazing.
What about right here? That was a little tricky too.
Yeah,
Coming around that corner?
And the part where you were reaching over the pool to put the palm tree on the other side. I was fine until Ricardo said, your wheels are off the ground.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, it's like you just got to know the capability of everything you use, whether it's a shovel or a crane. And then, so our motto is, they said it couldn't be done, so we went and did it anyway.
It's a good motto.
So there you go. All right, so you're not afraid to have me back to put in 2 more trees, huh?
No, not at all.
All right, that is going to be a beautiful sight.
Where else we can put some more.
Yeah, and thanks for, you know, I really look forward to like being the first person to spend the night in your pool house.
Oh yeah.
But then you put me up in the hotel instead. made a softie out of me.
We'll wait till there's windows and doors. Then we can spend the night.
You don't have to put me up in a hotel. I'm perfectly happy to sleep in the dirt if I'm so far away from my nursery that I don't want to drag my crane back for a 2-day job. All right, that is it. Thank you so much, Karen. Woo!
Thank you.
Okay, I just saw the best graffiti ever. Where'd it go? Here's the train going by, and I just saw really great graffiti that I've never seen graffiti that appealed to me the way this graffiti appealed to me. Can you tell where it is? Wait. What? There's a palm tree. Wait, is that a palm tree? It's a palm tree. It's a palm tree. Oh, look, it's a swimming pool. Is that me swimming in the swimming pool? I think that's me. Yeah. Anyway. I usually don't like graffiti, but I really like this one. He did a good job on the palm tree. Like, there's coconuts. See the coconuts in the palm tree? Right there. It's like they're drinking drinks. It's like a pretty fun day to me. So anyway, I want to thank the graffiti artist who did that one. And time to go home.